money going to be spent?
Here. I think we're gonna we'll be looking at kind of cinematics and asset heavy kind of 3D stuff. We're not looking to go super on crazy 3D. Again, Walking Dead is a really good example of creating authentic 3D without it being over the board, fidelity, high asset creation.
So it looks like you're going to walk through what this means. What is your spend plan? How many people are you hiring over this how many months? This is 3 months, then 6 months, then 2 months. I see.
Yeah. So we're starting with a core team of 10 and then rolling that up to 20 for the production period and kind of bringing that down out through Gold Master. Outsourcing will probably predominantly be any additional art assets. So
when you say any additional art assets, how much is that? Is there going to be a team of artists, a small team of artists, a big team of artists, of those 20 people?
I think we'll have a team of like 4 or 5 core in-house and then have to outsource the rest.
Do you know how much, like another 4 or 5 for 6 months?
Yes, 4 or 5 or 6 months. It sounds excellent.
What is the pre-production period? One question I have is whether or not you go into pre-production with the game design pretty much fleshed out. Are you supposed to be able to do all the game design in 3 months? What is that period for?
We're looking into that to kind of codify our gameplay, make sure that we have this base idea and that we can really refine those initial things. Make sure that because it's a story-heavy game that we can get that refined out and that we can define our aesthetic. So those are the things that we're really going to be trying to concentrate on during those periods.
Will there be a period before pre-production, before the money comes in, where you guys are working really hard to do the design, do the scripting?
Yeah, we've already started on that right now. So all we need is some money to rolling into this.
So you have a lot of comps to story games and other games too. Maybe some way too many comps. But one of the things you keep repeating is how story-heavy the game is, how much storytelling. What's the story?
Well, I'd love to show you all those slides at another time. The basic idea is that there's a cholera epidemic in 1885 Chicago, and these people are desperate to stop it, and they start robbing graves to try to find a cure. And on the other side of that, you have these people, these immigrant poor, who are being dissected in the name of science, but their family members are being dissected, and they're kind of starting a riot to try to protest their poor livelihood, kind of like up into place.
Sure. Sounds like a cool premise, and the story explores the, I mean, I can make up my own story, but what's the story you're trying to tell? Even if you don't give me the ending, I'm just wondering what's the plot, what's the...
Okay, so it's really kind of about like, you know, because we're having the player embody both sides of the conflict. So the grave robbing group is kind of like struggling with the fact that they keep having to get these bodies and like more and more pressure is being built up on them. And they keep trying to get one because they haven't found a cure. And a lot of their family members have died from the cholera. On the other side, you have these young German immigrants whose family are being suppressed, and they start out by protesting, and then they become the leaders of this like anarchic movement that was actually part of the Haymaker riot in 1886 Chicago. And so it's kind of this pressure of like, are you doing the right thing, or are you just starting violence and kind of, you know.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.